Man refuses to believe that the figure in the mirror is himself. A man was staring directly into the mirror. He was a handsome guy with an athletic build and sharp features. But as he stared into the mirror, he noticed that the figure staring back at him wasn't looking at him. He was convinced that the figure in the mirror was some kind of demon that was trying to steal his life. He was convinced that the demon was growing stronger every day, and that if he didn't do something, the demon would eventually take over his body completely. The figure in the mirror was a distorted version of him, like a cheap imitation. He tried smashing the mirror, but that didn't work. Then suddenly the lights came back on and the man was sitting on the floor with a bloody knife in his hand. He said, he looked around and saw that the room was empty. He was alone. She was beautiful, but there was something about her that he couldn't quite put his finger on. Something about her face seemed a little bit off. She stepped out of the mirror and walked towards it. The woman leaned closer and whispered in his ear, "You're not the man in the mirror. You never were. Now let me show you something," she said. She took his hand and led him to the bedroom. "This is where we'll make our home," she said. The figure just kept on coming. He tried covering the mirror with a cloth, but that didn't work either. The figure just waited until he wasn't looking and then slowly peeled the cloth away. And the more he stared, the more he realized that the figure in the mirror was repeating his every move, but always just a little slower. At first he thought it was just some weird trick of the light, but then he realized that it was happening every single day. Every morning when he woke up, the figure in the mirror would be a little closer. At first he didn't think much of it. He just figured it was some kind of weird mirror or something. But then he started to get scared. The figure in the mirror was now getting closer every single day. And one day the man became so paranoid that he stopped going outside altogether. He tried everything he could to stop the figure from coming out of the mirror. And then one day, when the man was taking a shower, he felt something cold and wet touch his leg. He turned around and saw the figure from the mirror standing in front of him with a knife. She had the same knife in her hand and she was holding it out to him. "You're next," she said. The man screamed and tried to run, but it was too late. The figure was faster than him, and it lunged forward and sliced his throat open. The man looked down and saw the blood, and then he looked back at the mirror. The figure was gone. In its place was a smiling woman. And then the screen went black, and the only sound that could be heard was the sound of screaming. He stood up and walked over to the mirror. His reflection was gone. In its place was the smiling woman. "What?" The woman smiled wider. "Hello," she said. "I've been waiting for you." And then the screen went black again. This time when it came back on, the man was lying on the bed with the woman on top of him. He tried to speak, but no sound came out. He tried to move, but he couldn't.